So your thoughts about the president now saying that that it was President Obama who colluded with Russia, because at least the report that came out last week is that the Obama administration was aware beginning last fall, actually beginning last July, that there was Russia hacking, and the President Obama chose to warn Putin in September when he met up with him at a leaders meeting, and then of course the sanctions didn't happen until after elections. So your thoughts about this?
Try and follow this logic, Greta. Donald Trump is attacking President Obama for the way he responded to an attack that Donald Trump doesn't even believe happened. I think he's trying to have it both ways again. His credibility when it comes to Russia, from the wiretaps to the tapes being in his office to what happened with James Comey, just has been devastated.
You know, the whole Russia meddling is such a profoundly serious issue. With the benefit of 20/20 hindsight, what do you think that President Obama should have done when he learned of this?
Sure. First, he acknowledged that a storm was coming. He prepared for the storm. I don't, disagree with a lot of what he did. I would have liked to have seen an address behind the Resolute desk telling the country that Russia was using fake news and hacked emails to try and get a preferred candidate in office. But that is all better than what Donald Trump has been doing. He doesn't even acknowledge there's a storm. When it comes to Russia, it's sunny with no clouds in sight. And we need a commander-in-chief right now who takes this very, very seriously, who understands that the Russians are still here, that they still intend to meddle in France and Germany and in our upcoming elections.
You know, if the president had done that, President Obama had done that, would he not run the risk of the same sort of criticism? Well, actually, that when we learned a lot of information, for instance, from FBI Comey in that July 5th press conference, that was the first thing, and then in the letter, I think it was October 28th to Congress about the investigation, when they thought they found some more emails that were relevant to the inquiry. I mean, I'm trying to understand, like, if President Obama had said something like that, would it not have appeared that he was trying to help Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, and would that have not have fueled another problem?
Again, clarity is perfect in hindsight, but I believe that the country would have benefited going to the polls knowing that Russia was conducting this attack, that they were trying to help Donald Trump, that it was ordered by their president, and that it wasn't just the hacked emails, that it was social media trolls, that they were going into voting systems. But Greta, also remember, Donald Trump made it very hard for President Obama to do that because he had his own misinformed reasons for saying that the election was going to be rigged by alleging voter fraud. And I think ultimately we should not have worried about what that would have meant to Donald Trump's claim. The president should have just gone forward and said it.
Well, Sean Spicer saying today that Russia probably hacked the election, probably, and that's all. He and the president have had a hard time on this one. They can't give a straight yes or no answer. It's probably. Now listen to this.
As far as hacking, I think it was Russia, but I think we also get hacked by other countries and other people.
You don't think it's phony that the Russians tried to meddle in the election? You believe that?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I'll go along with Russia. Could have been China. Could have been a lot of different groups.
If Russia hacked, if Russia did anything having to do with our election, I want to know about it.
Well, very plainly, a yes or no answer. Does President Trump believe that the Russian government interfered in the 2016 elections?
I think I have not sat down and talked to him about that specific thing. Obviously, we've been dealing with a lot of other issues today. He's concerned about any country or any actor that wants to interfere in elections.
One of the things in the president's tweets that I've noticed is that he doesn't reference the conclusion that the intelligence agencies have made, that Russia intervened on his behalf, or perhaps to put a finer point on it, against Hillary Clinton. Does the president accept that aspect of what the intelligence agencies have said?
Honestly, I've never asked him that specific question. I'd be glad to follow up.
Congressman, I sometimes wonder if we in the media get down in the weeds on this one, trying to get a yes or no out of the president, because I do suspect, and I underline suspect, that it isn't just Russia who is constantly trying to do mischief in our cyber warfare. I suspect Iran, China, North Korea, although I do believe that Russia was the one in the election stuff. But are we getting down into the weeds trying to force the president to say, yes, it was Russia?
I really don't care whether he says yes or no. Now, at this point, I want to know, what is he going to do to protect future elections? Is he going to give the resources of the Department of Homeland Security to every state and county? Is he going to allow a dialogue to take place about awareness that Americans need to have around fake news? Or is he going to continue to undermine what the intelligence community is doing by casting his own doubt?
I think Jay Johnson, former Homeland Security, said that they tried to get states to cooperate or to talk about it in the lead up to the election. They got resistance from the states. I mean, it's, you know, I'm not even sure that, you know, that administration couldn't get the states to participate.
Well, Greta, it takes leadership, and there's only one steering wheel in the car, and if all the other passengers are telling you that Russia was responsible, but the person driving the car still doesn't acknowledge it, it doesn't matter how many experts you have. You need the leader of our country to put this at the front burner, to say it's important, and most importantly, to use our resources to do something about it. And that should actually unite Republicans and Democrats. That's one thing I think we all want to see, is to make sure that we address Russia's interference and any other country that may try and interact.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.